Christina Universe Citizen presents New Era Religion, Episode 36, Part 1, April 25th, 2022. Ever, including the cosmic integrities of the stars. Innumerable relationship problems become known as humans of a mind, our evolution species, earnestly try putting the facts of experience into some semblance of order. We seem always surprised as discoveries reveal all that could not have been known at the start between inception and conception, with respect to discovering the most economical governing system, when the intention was and continues to be forming a more perfect union. In this new era, it is with a true democracy as the greatest achievement in a lifelong information-gathering, local problem-solving process. The prospects of achieving this evolving objective gains momentum along the way as we learn more about the generalized universe and the inherited detrimental deceptions. Both education experiences are identified, correlating to thought and language in the universal communications process. The information-gathering local problem-solving process ought to coincide with recognizing systems as individually conceptual polyhedral integrities of the generalized universe that naturally could consciously be in support of universal integrity. That is, as intellect adjusts a priori thought to a total reality of universal principles throughout the universal language. Logically, the universal language would not refer to what persistently invoked self-other deceptions from inception to deception, as the universal communication now attests. Instead, a true democracy in the metaphysical generalized conceptioning field of thought would systemize the comprehensibility of event entities that divide all universe into the macrocosmic outsideness and the microcosmic insideness. The metaphysical generalized conceptioning would be common to all human experiences, unitarily and non-unitarily conceptualizable integrity of generalized universe. Experientially, we know such generalized conceptioning does not directly emanate from politics, religion, justice, and war of the PRJWBC schemes. Neither, apparently, does truthfulness, regardless how we may individually want to trust whatever we are being taught from those authorities. By authorities, I mean their authored text, the words in print, and now in digital formats disseminate the content without putting pen to paper to be published digitally. Books line library shelves and are selected as reading material for every grade level in the schools and universities of the world. Oxford University Press Dictionary and Thesaurus define author as a writer of a book or article, a person who originates a plan or idea. It classifies authorship according to the publishing houses. Publishers fulfill market demands at all levels of required reading and reading to entertain the imagination. Keywords stand out in any special category. Tolerance is one such word. It means different things to differently motivated and differently directed people. Truthfulness, comprehension, and clarifying tolerance in the final analysis may well transcend political biases. By clarifying tolerance, I mean that the observer ought to be aware of the tolerance magnitudes of the residual inaccuracies of observation and articulation. Since the tolerance magnitude tends to increase, particularly when tolerance is misunderstood to mean permitting whatever was initiated aeons ago, spreading its influence across the world, yet does not evolve over the millenniums, as if that which is tolerated can remain unquestionable and eternally permitted for belief systems per se to remain affixed where there is never any expectation to prove where the energy that enables the custom to spread the content of its language bases, much of which is pretense. It ignores consciousness evolution's integral design, which can only be of the whole WHOLE universe, the eternal mind that designs cosmic systems. Tolerance is a willingness to tolerate something, the ability and capacity so to do. But precisely how the reacting, erroneously categorized as least important quantities in human populations, generate subconscious dimensional attributive adjusting, while adapting to the tolerated content of information may be mysterious until further explored. Generations of cultivated tolerance, indifference to holistic comprehension, differentiation, and transition with respect to the underlying order that was unknown millenniums ago, continues to be in support of the PRJWBCS politics, religion, justice, war, belief complex schemes, while perniciously ignoring system definition. In quotes, systems are always individually conceptual polyhedral integrities. End quote. Synergetics 1006.13. All systems are characterized projectionally, conceptually. This is by spherical triangles. The triangles control all experiential transformations. We are learning that this is because one spherical triangle can be considered as four, speaking in terms of operational mathematics, when knowledgeable of the tetrahedron's fourness vertexes, sixness lines and edges, and fourness faces, openings, empty windows. And so this term operational conceptually involves intellect's anticipatory construction. From earliest childhood, drawing an object, such as a point, a curved line, where lines cross over and under each other upon a surface, accomplishes rudiments of visualizing the conceptuality of anticipatory design science structural systems. It seems too easy, not as expected. Yet this is the truth of the inherently inviolable integrity of the individual's inherent constructive ability correlative to the generalized universe. Imagine the tetrahedron's 4 triangular openings, 6 interrelating vectors, each with a mass times velocity that equals 0. Imagine 4 vertexes to complete the topological inventory of this constant relative abundance. Imagine tetrahedron turning itself inside out. It is the only system in generalized universe to turn inside out. Imagine recognizing one tetrahedron as one quantum of energy consisting of 24 quanta modules. Would this eternally self-regenerating system, when turning inside out, also release 24 quantum modules of energy into the local intertransforming environment before its insideness becomes the outsideness? The concave becomes the convex, but never loses its polyhedral identity as the tetrahedron, generalized universe's minimum structural system. What are those quantum modules, the A and the B quantum modules? If not energy units, that may be subatomic particles, as the exported and imported intertransacting, reintegratable, and restorable evolution zero-phase unity, correlating to the metaphysical intellect's awareness of the minimum thinkable set. Humans can be mindful in this entire regard that energy associating as matter in parentheses gravity and disassociating as radiation is perpetually intertransforming cosmic environments without initially projecting any specific application of the knowledge. Most important, theoretically, the generalized universe comes before all the PRJWBCS realizable ideas. In any case, the authorization requires a scribe of sorts with a pen to paper, or by manipulating cybernetics. The science of communication with automatic systemizing control is cybernetics. That applies to machines and living energy event entities. Among human events is the EIS, EDP, experiences, intuitions, speculations, experiments, discoveries, productions, synergetics 502.22. When we are encouraged to unquestioning exercise tolerance of the residual inaccuracies of the reenacting articulation, simply because historically the schemes represent long-standing belief complexities as of greater importance than cosmic accounting. This tends to promote educated ignorance and inadvertently cultivates the slave mentality conditioning. This continues with such devastating consequences as increasing prison populations evidence that particular adaptation to the residual errors. The R and the J factors of the PRJWBCS build up momentum, gaining almost undetectable influences as growing population numbers add more tolerance for the relative insanity we seem to be projecting as the inherited detriment is carried over into every new generation. To be continued in Part 2, Episode 37. Thank you.